The taxi skidded to a stop on the gravel driveway I hadn't seen in over a year. I stepped out, boots still gritty with Afghan dust, expecting to collapse into the porch swing of the little white house I grew up in. But where my house used to be was now a barking, fenced-in dog park. Two Labradors chased a tennis ball across what used to be my living room. A woman in leggings glared at me as her spaniel sniffed my duffel bag. I thought I had the wrong address, until I saw it. The oak tree out front, still scarred with the initials I carved before deployment. It was my yard, but my home was gone. A polished sign read Cedar Grove Community Park, sponsored by the Homeowners Association. Beneath it, a plaque gushed about unity and shared joy. My heart pounded louder than mortifier. I asked a jogger what happened to the house, and he shrugged, said something about a deadbeat not paying taxes, and jogged off. That deadbeat was me. I spent the next 6 hours going from city office to city office, each one giving me the same blank stare and "it's not our department." Property records showed the house was seized for tax delinquency and reallocated to the HOA 6 months ago. Except I'd filed a military tax exemption. I was protected by federal law. When I finally got a real answer, it came with the name Susan Whitaker, president of the Cedar Grove HOA. A woman, they said, very committed to neighborhood standards. I found her in the clubhouse, barking at some kid over a basketball hoop. I introduced myself, Sergeant Ramirez, owner of 214 Pine Lane. She looked up, offered the faintest smirk, and casually flipped through a folder. Oh, that lot was delinquent, unclaimed. HOA reassigned it per protocol. I told her I was active duty. I cited federal law. She didn't flinch. Maybe you should have considered your obligations before running off to play soldier. The room fell silent. I felt every eye on me. When I pressed her on the legality, she smiled wider and said she had a plot near the trash compactor she could offer me. "We can work something out, honey," like she was tossing me a bone. That night, I stared at a cheap motel ceiling, my body home but my soul still at war. This wasn't a battlefield with IEDs. It was worse. Bureaucracy, entitlement, and neighbors who let my house get bulldozed while I fought for their freedom. The next morning, I called Javier Morales, Army vet, now in cyber ops. I pulled him out of a burning convoy once. Now it was his turn. In 2 days, he built the digital war chest, forged HOA signatures, fake meeting minutes, property transferred to a shell company owned by Susan's brother-in-law. The HOA claimed I'd abandoned the house. One of Susan's emails even bragged, "If the grunt returns, I'll salute and show him the dog poop bin." That's when I made another call, Colonel Marcus Reed. He didn't ask why, he just said quiet or loud. I picked loud. 3 days later, the Cedar Grove HOA didn't have any idea that their quiet Saturday was going to be occupied, literally. At dawn, the rumble of diesel engines echoed down Pine Lane. Humvees rolled through manicured cul-de-sacs. A Black Hawk swept low over the community garden. Soldiers in tactical gear set up camp in the dog park. By 9 a.m., the HOA clubhouse had been turned into a mobile command post. Susan ran outside and sat in pajamas, clinging to her coffee mug like a badge of honor. She stormed toward an officer, screaming. He handed her a sealed packet. Federal orders, temporary training occupation, land under investigation. I pulled up in a nondescript USV. She spotted me. Her face turned the color of spoiled milk. "You did this?" she shrieked. I stepped out. "That land you stole? It's mine again, inch by inch." Susan tried to argue about HOA sovereignty, but she froze when the soldiers started taping off her rose garden. Turns out the clubhouse, the garden, the dog park, all of it was built on stolen land or wetlands protected under federal environmental codes. Some residents protested. Some called the news. Some just stood there stunned. An older couple approached me quietly. "We always loved your house," the woman said. "We have pictures. We'll testify." By noon, reporters had flooded in. Susan's press conference collapsed when a Black Hawk flew overhead. One journalist asked her on live TV why a veteran's home was razed during his deployment. She stuttered something about administrative rights before storming off. The footage of her meltdown went viral. Javier sent me one final gift, a video of Susan laughing with her board, saying, "That soldier won't be back. If he does, maybe the dogs will chase him off." I posted it with 3 words: "I'm home now." The internet lit up. Hashtags exploded. Hashtag justice for Ramirez. Hashtag HOA humiliation. Civil rights groups, the VA, and even members of Congress chimed in. Within 48 hours, Susan's brother-in-law was under IRS investigation, and 11 other properties tied to their scam were flagged. The HOA clubhouse was seized. Her private emails leaked. The HOA dissolved in disgrace. And me? I stood on the empty foundation of what used to be my home, now officially mine again. Soldiers helped clear the land. Neighbors brought coffee, meals, and donations. A team of vets, volunteers, and contractors rebuilt the frame by hand. The porch swing is coming back, so is the oak tree, so is everything they tried to erase. They stole my house while I was at war, but they forgot who I was trained to fight. I didn't just come back to Cedar Grove. I came back to reclaim it.
They stole his home while he was deployed? He returned and took it all back. What would you do if your land was erased behind your back? Drop your thoughts and hit subscribe for more epic HOA takedowns.